Hola everybody, it's Samuli and I'm here with a Chibi tutorial and a sore throat. I'm sorry for this voiceover, but I'm unfortunately a little ill, but don't worry, this tends to happen all the time and rather very easily for me, mostly due to the fact I suffer a bit from pharmacophobia, but that can be talked about some other time. I decided to make this tutorial because mostly some people have been asking for one from me, so I made a poll on DeviantArt as to what kind of tutorial you guys would like to see, and Chibi won the poll, so I had enough time to squeeze this in and felt confident enough to talk about them with you. So, yeah! So here I am drawing a small guide to show you what the Chibi body proportions look like. This guide is based on my personal preference as to how I see them in general, and from what I noticed how most artists draw them. But do not worry about finding your own unique style, that will come to you as you keep drawing and practicing chibis over and over. I think drawing a guide yourself would be the perfect way to start, but if you are unsure as to how to do a guide yourself, you can use the one I am making as a reference. The link for this image is in the description box below. So when making the guide, the head is going to be the biggest component of the body. Then it will be the legs, then the body, and finally the arms. So this is just a really rough sketch guide to show you how it all kind of holds up. And now, since I've showed you the whole body sort, let me show you the face. In my opinion, the eyes are usually the bigger component of the face. And then obviously the mouth is going to be the smallest component of the face. And I've seen this in a couple of chibis where they have actually made the eyebrows optional. So that's kind of weird, but I always draw eyebrows on my chibis, and of course little small blushies and etc. So this is my guide. It's very rough and very simple, but I think it's understandable enough. Again, you can get this guide to use as a reference by looking in the description box below. But here's a little disclaimer that though this is my sort of perspective on how chibi body should look, all chibis, they all look different. This is simply just my style that I'm going to be showing you. I've seen chibis where the head was actually smaller, or the body was bigger and stuff like that. Chibis come in all shapes and sizes, but this is simply just showing you my style of the chibi. So when making a guide or using this guide, you should use it as a reference when you start drawing a rough sketch. That is mostly what I did when I started doing chibis. I started practicing a lot and using this and using a guide to help me. I recommend that you do the same so that it's quicker and faster to do, because I don't know about you, but I'm very impatient. So I like to draw things super fast and get them over with. But you know, I'm just one person. Other artists take more time, but it's all depending on your style and stuff. So here's like a really rough sketch of a chibi using the guide that I showed you before. Oh man, have you ever had that problem where you drew one eye really well and then the other not so well? That is my problem. I still have that problem to this day. It's so unbearable, but you know, you gotta live with it. Obviously, this is a sketch. This is not what the liner would look like, so the eyes would look better, but for now, they look okay. So this is how I would normally draw my chibis. They look mostly like this. They sketched it like this. Oh, I wanted to show you that for my eyes and the chibis, I don't know if you guys had this problem, but I certainly did. I didn't know what to do with the eyelashes, so sometimes I like to draw wings on my chibi's eyelashes. I think I've seen some artists do this before. I'm not really sure, but mostly artists just stick with the no wings and put like small little lashes. but usually I'll just show you like samples of what I mean when I mean the wing and no wing. So with this example that I'm about to show you, this example right here, I did a little chibi of Princess Daisy. As you can see, she does not have a wing on her eye. While on this chibi that I also did, she has wings on her eyes. So that is mostly what I mean when I'm talking like that. So that's what I mean. Okay, so now I'm gonna kind of like go through the whole thing on what I think each chibi's body, like, you know, how to really draw a chibi. So to start off, the body of you know, the kind of like the base body of a chibi, I like to think that it's always pear-shaped. Again, a little disclaimer, because this is just how I perceive chibis, but there are many other chibis out there that comes in all shapes and sizes. So that's just to remind you that if you like chibis that don't have pear shapes, that's totally fine. You can make your chibis look however you want. But this is mostly how I do the chibis' bodies, and I apply this to both male and female. So yippee, I think it's just easier. I think it makes it look more cute, and you know, it's so tiny, so why not? And pairs are fun. So yeah, but when it comes to the shape, though it kind of is like a pear, I like to make the end of the pear pointy, or not too pointy like I did there, but just like, you know, kind of like almost a very round arrow. So now I'm going to be talking about the arms and how I draw them. So mostly when I'm doing the chibi's arms, as you can see in the back in the guide, it is the smallest component out of the whole chibi itself. The body tends to be bigger than the arms. So keeping that in mind, I'm going to show you what I mean. So mostly when I'm drawing the arms, I like to make them sort of like, you know, big and little bit chubby. I don't know if you know what I mean, but hopefully when I draw this makes sense. So the hands are usually tiny and all like things. So they're really tiny. Again, these are just sketches. This is not like official little things, but I like to make the hands really tiny and the arms like really fat. So kind of like a baby. Yeah, kind of like they're baby arms and baby hands, because you know, chibis in a way are kind of like babies. You know, they're not exactly a baby, but they're just meant to be cute, and you know, babies are cute. So yeah, that would mostly be how I would do the arms. Again, I'm so sorry. I'm so sick, but that's okay. I really wanted to squeeze in this video in. So now let's talk about hair. And I think hair is super important for a chibi, because hair is actually one of my favorite parts to do. When I draw the hair, I'm gonna draw like a little like rough sketch about what I mean. But when I draw the hair, I like to really dramatize it. So here's like a little rough sketch of Princess Peach. I have drawn an actual chibi of Princess Peach, so I'll show you what I mean. But usually when you have long hair, which is past the shoulders of like when it's realistically shown and is past the shoulders, I like to make it drag to the bottom. And when you have like a short hair or a ponytail that is to the shoulders or slightly, you know, shorter, I like to make it about to the shoulders of the chibi itself. I don't really make it shorter. I don't like to make it too realistic. So for the long hair, these are two examples. There's Princess Peach on the left side, and a commission I did on the right side. So as you can both see, for the long hair, I like to make them reach to the floor. I don't know, I guess it shows that you don't need to be realistic, and or anything. And this is for short hair. You know how Princess Daisy on the left has short hair, but I like to make it to her shoulders, just barely enough, you know? And as ponytails, it's kind of like I like to make the little strands, single strands of the hair of the ponytail, you know, kind of like wave out, make it a little longer. But that's just to make it kind of exaggerated and, you know, maybe a somewhat realistic, but that's just a stylistic choice. You can be totally simplistic or totally detailed. It doesn't matter. You can do whatever you want when you're drawing your chibis. So applying that back, long hair, short hair, long hair, short hair. So now that we've covered the hair, let's go now to the legs. Once I pick a good color. Oh man, but can I just tell you that I feel I had a 103 fever earlier. Today's not my day, but I really wanted to squeeze in this tutorial for you guys, so yeah. But let's talk about legs. So for legs, I like to make, looking back at the guide, they are actually the second biggest from the head. So I like to make them slightly bigger. And I don't know, when I'm drawing chibis, they always tend to look really kind of curvy. I always give it little humps. And if you like, you can always draw little helpful guides. Like I drew a circle there just to show where the kneecap is going to be. But yeah, in the pear shape that I was talking about earlier, the kind of round part before it reaches in between the legs, it's kind of the hip. And I like to make my hips bigger. I don't know, I have a thing for drawing curvier characters, I guess. So, but one rule is to not be realistic. Don't, just refrain from doing it. You can be realistic, but I think that if you have to understand that chibis are just mostly really cute and really, small and not realistic at all. So I recommend that, don't be so realistic. But of course, that's just my opinion. You can be realistic, but I don't know. The less realistic you are, I think the better your legs are gonna come out. And make them really cute and chubby like babies. Because they're so cute. And I drew a little butt there, so just to make your day. So I think this about, oh no, we have to talk about head shapes. Let's go into talking about a little bit about head shapes. So when I draw the head shape, usually they are very circular, sort of looking like how I'm drawing them right here. And in all types of angles, they always look kind of like the same. Don't make them too, again, don't be so realistic when it comes to the head shapes. I guess the more simplistic and the more less realistic you are, I think the better it'll turn out. I saw this in some chibis, but I hate it. Don't be pointy. This is chibi. You gotta make them round and cute. So no pointiness. Don't do it. Make them round like circles. So I've seen chibis without chins, and I've seen chibis with chins, and I think this is relatively important because some people get confused. But I will let you know that I think chins are okay. It just depends simply on your personal taste and your style. So whatever you like, you do it, man. It just depends all on you. I like to use chins because chins, I don't know, they're fun. But I also draw sometimes without chins. So I guess whatever I feel in the moment, mostly. So yeah, that is how I draw chibis. I hope this tutorial was helpful. You can see this guide. I have the image file that you can reach in the description box below. And if you want, I have this also, so that it can also be both helpful for you. But anyway, thanks for watching. I am planning to do a part 2. It will be on expressions and coloring, but I am sorry to say that it won't come out till much later. I'd say like almost 2 months because I have to focus on school. But I'm glad that I was able to finish this tutorial for you guys. But anyway, thanks for watching and hang in there, baby. Well, thank you for watching this video, and if you're still here, why not give me a like, or comment whether this tutorial helped you or just gave you a massive headache. Don't forget to subscribe if you want to see more tutorials like this one. Also, I have some birdies that would like some poems. You can adopt one by clicking the birdie, or if you'd like to see more videos by me, click the speed paint. Or just enjoy the tunes.